So we launched at 3:32 for reference. And we will see. So move this window to the left a little bit. The whole window. And then that way we can kind of see what the KBS is. Not that far. Because I want to see the KBS. And let's see here if we can, how long that'll look. And then what I'll do is I'll just try to ramble on. Maybe I could tell you a story. So one time when I was a child, I heard myself on a live stream over on Jack's computer. And there we go. Turn the volume down a little bit, but I think we might be able to tell like interesting story. So I love to play with my remote control truck. I had this great remote control truck. And it really just, man, it really just
we got about a 10-second delay.
Made me happy to play with. It's yellow. And the thing didn't have any suspension or anything. It had batteries. And you could probably get like 20 minutes out of the battery charge back in the day. I have no idea like what remote control cars are doing nowadays. I wonder if they're able to get a little bit of longer charge with the batteries nowadays as they get lithium-ion batteries. But we would take that remote control car and just like drive it down the hills, and it would just like tumble and break. And like pure boys, we would just want to see like kind of destruction. What kind of destruction could we have to that remote control car? And really, I don't think I was ever able to do it. I remember they had these big old black tires, and you could like squeeze the tires, like the air would come out of it, but I guess the truck was not heavy enough to really kind of push the air out on its own. So did the tires ever fall off the wheels or the rims? I don't know. It's kind of an interesting memory of mine. And we would race those. That hill I talked about was actually right by the swimming pool, my neighborhood swimming pool, and we would hang out and go swimming in the summer. So I wonder like if this stream has any effect on like how many people are watching it, or is it simply a product of Randa, can we go back to can we change it from unlisted to public on the fly?
Let me try.
So info and settings. And then unlisted. Let's go back to public. Let's just give it a whirl. And let's see if we get anyone coming back into the channel or not, and see if having more people will damage the stream or not. So microphone is slightly quiet, so we'll need to get the tweaking up on that. I don't know. Those levels are all the way up, but maybe if you turn the dial on the H6, that will help get it up. It's not all the way up to 10, is it?
No, it's at 7.
So maybe take it to more than 7. See how that goes. This is an audio check as we see if we can get the microphone a little bit louder and see if we can get some people in here and answer some questions. Maybe Jack, I think, is the only other person in the live stream. So let's see if it does look like it's public. It does look like we're on 4 minutes right now, and the stream quality seems to be going pretty good. And let's see if I can really kind of screw it up. I'm moving my arms around, and does that really mess up like the frame buffer? This is like functionally, guys, this is probably the worst video ever that existed on YouTube. And if anyone ever makes it to watch this, then I'll be pretty amazed, because the title of this is simply test. And I'm just a guy standing here telling stories that don't make any sense, doing some weird things. So I would imagine only like the super fans are able to get in here. But maybe we'll have like, Jack come in and ask me some questions, and then I can kind of practice answering some questions. So Jack's saying I'm sounding a lot better, but does that mean I'm entertaining any better? It looks like we're not buffering. So essentially, for those who just were on my previous live stream, what we were doing was encoding on the Apple, and you can't change those stream settings on the fly. So what you have to do is essentially create a brand new stream. And in doing so, we kind of made a tweak to it with different encoders. And it appears that we've had a pretty good stream so far. We didn't change anything about the internet. So a lot of what we're doing is really learning and trying to get better and improve and make tweaks and really get it to a level that was better than where it was before. So you'll see now that if you watch any of the old Beard Brand videos, if I kind of went like this, it would get these like weird waves in my hands. And if you do that now, then we're no longer getting that. And essentially what that means is we adjusted our setting in the camera to output rather than super fine or fine, we just went to normal. So apparently normal is the thing that you want to do if you want to have a pretty clear and smooth outplay with the stream. So check this out over here. You'll see Jack's coming in. Maybe you'll see his shadow. Make a little sneak peek. Jack's been helping us get this stream going. And the other thing you may or may not notice is the color. I think we've worked on the color a little bit. It used to be kind of like a green overcast to it. And we've made the modification to be kind of like a neutral color with a little bit of pop, a little bit of sharpness. And what's interesting is like what we see on our screen, on our stream dashboard, and what makes it to YouTube is a little bit different. What we have is like almost like a blurrier. Now on the YouTube, Randa, is that going at a 1080 or 720? Is that? 1080. So let's see if we crank it up, if it gets even sharper. The other thing that I would like to see, Randa, is if you can figure out how to do the camera back to you and turn your mic onto you so we can test what that looks like when you're able to do that and make the introduction. So tomorrow, Jack and Sylvester will be like, and on the other side of the internet, we have Randa. No. You got to fix your name.
Oh, I mean, the rumors are true. I'm taking over.
Right. Can you hear it? Did you press? You got to press the 1.
Yeah, you're still good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone can hear Randa.
Yeah, we should be able to.
All of our 4 people that are watching.
4 people, and one of which is us, and one of which is Jack. So apparently there's 2 people over there.
All right.
Oh yeah, got an intro.
And
I'm Jack.
Malaco.
I'm Jack. And then this gong is Sylvester. So Sylvester, the gong. What would you say are some really interesting things that are going on in your life right now?
Is that for Sylvester?
Oh, interesting, Sylvester. I did not know that.
Why don't you tell us where that gong came from?
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel. Okay, I got it, man. You don't have to keep it all bottled up in you. You know what I'm saying? Has anyone asked a question? There's like literally...
Victor's in here. Victor Mendez.
Oh, there. We got one person who says hello on our test stream. The most innocuous... Is that the right word? What does innocuous mean?
I think so.
Harmless? I don't know. So Florida Man, Victor are in here. So we got a couple people. As you guys know, previous to this, I was trying to do a live stream Q&A, answer some questions. I rambled on for a while, which I don't think it actually made it up to the stream because we were having some stream issues. And we kind of played around with the settings. And I was able to determine the settings that we need to have, frankly, in my opinion, one of the best streams in a little period of time. I mean, before this, we were having issues with internet, which I think could have been YouTube's fault as much of our own. But I feel like we've got a pretty good grip on where the stream can go and where the quality can go and how we might be able to improve everything. and give you guys a good little show. So far, we're 10 minutes into the stream. I've been able to ramble on and tell some weird stories. I've been able to distract you. I've been able to dance. I've been able to, laugh and cry and have a great conversation with Sylvester over here. And he really opened up to me, which has been a really encouraging and special moment. Thank you so much, Sylvester. Can you drop his name in there too? Do we have that ability to just do one person at a time, or do you have to drop both names in? So this is fun where I get to really push the comfort levels of Randa over there and see if she's able to
I'm learning on the fly.
Learn on the fly and make mistakes on the fly. And this is a lot of fun. So I think, one of these days I kind of want to, there he is. Yeah. Hey, Sylvester. And one of these days, I may want to just do my own kind of live stream podcast. So it's something that I enjoy because I feel like my best attribute is really responding to people on the fly and answering questions and kind of doing intravenous speaking. No, what's that called when you speak on the fly?
Improvisation?
Improv. Wow. I was way off. I think, no, there's another did you do speech and debate?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so there's another kind of speaking where you essentially have to give a presentation or a talk and just ramble on and see if you can do it. One of the senators from my state growing up, Sean Thurman, we learned this in school. He gave what was considered the longest filibuster of all time. I think he spoke for something like, 3 days or something like that. It was in a crazy length of time. So for any of those history buffs out there who are interested in, what Congress is doing, maybe you could look into filibustering and really learn to appreciate how difficult it may be to just sit here, have a conversation with yourself, not see any questions come into the Q&A and recognize there's only 5 people watching this right now. And it is a lot of fun though, but apparently if people are from Florida are hanging out in here. I wonder how the Florida weather is. In Austin, our temperatures dropped down to 46 degrees, which is a little bit nippy, and you can see that's why I have this beautiful sweater on. The sweater was designed by my friend Tobias Van Schneider. If you're an old OG beard brander, you'll know that Tobias Van Schneider was the person who we did the Black Marble collaboration with years ago, which was this black beard. Well, it was a beard oil in a black bottle with a dropper, and had this really nice kind of soft fragrance to it. I don't know really the proper way to describe black marble. Almost like the name Black Marble kind of described it as a very clean, very fresh smell. And what he did is he designed this shirt in collaboration with a company called Unsplash. And Unsplash is a unique kind of photography company. So it even says here, Unsplash, and then it's got some kind of flower, and then it's got Tobias Van Schneider. So I don't know if the flower is Unsplash's logo or what the significance of that is, but I really dig the big on bit, the black on black, and essentially it's I don't speak German, but it's Vin van der Lust. So I think it's for all those who wander are not lost is the saying, and then it's got some kind of little globe icon here and a little bit of, what would you call that? A slinky, a little slinky right across the chest right here. So it's one of my favorite sweaters. In fact, it may be my only sweater. I did receive a sweater from my wife for Christmas this year. It's a Carolina Gamecock sweater. Go Cox. I am an alumni of the University of South Carolina. I got this cool Carolina sweater. But of course, being the really long and tall dude that I am, my arms were a little bit long. So I was worried that it fit me now, but I was worried that if I washed it one time or got a little wet, then the sleeves would come up to here, and then I would essentially have a useless sweater. So that's one of the downsides of being 6'5" is you never know what's going on. So didn't see any questions in the comments. So, I hope you guys enjoy my little ramblings on the internet with this beautiful titled live stream test. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Cheers. Keep on growing.